Welcome to your first workout for your pregnancy strength and stretch program. So the strength portion is going to be your recorded workouts in your live class with myself. The stretch portion is going to be with Lisa Joyce, who's going to do pregnancy yoga. And you'll find the links under the yoga module in your course. So we are going to start with connection breath. We're going to start with all fours because we really want to think about hugging that bump back in towards us during pregnancy. This is going to be the breath that you come back to postpartum. So it's really nice to kind of practice and get a handle on it now. Obviously, I'm not pregnant myself, but you are just going to focus on when you inhale, relaxing that belly, let the belly hang down. We carry so much tension in the lower abs, and that's going to negatively impact your labour and delivery. So think about relax the belly down. And then as you exhale, you're thinking about engaging from the bottom up or hugging that bump back in towards us. So we should see bump going when we inhale out. We should see bump going back in and up. So we're going to start off with 5 breaths here. Inhale all the way down. Exhale, come back up. Inhale all the way down, exhale. Last one. You're going to take it up stay on your all fours for an open book. You're going to bring one hand to your temple. You're going to bring your elbow down towards the ground. And then you're going to rotate as much as you can up towards the ceiling. Be mindful of when you're here, you want that rotation through your T-spine, but you don't want to force it. So you're just going to do 5 on each side. 4 and 5. And then you're going to change sides, elbow down. 1, 2, keep pushing through the standing hand, this hand. 3, 4, you can match your breath if you like. And 5. You're going to come all the way up for a hamstring stretch. I'm going to show you 2 options. So if you are in first, second or early third trimester, and even in the later, if baby's not breech, you can do this in the end of trimester 3. You're going to squat all the way down. You're going to exhale, lift those hips all the way up. Inhale on the way back down again. We're going to go for 8 of these. So if you find with pelvic girdle pain or if baby is breech, you find it hard to get into this position, I'm going to do 2 more. 1 and 2. You are going to come into a staggered stance hip hinge. So all we're going to do is foot down, 1 foot slightly behind. As we hinge back, we're lifting that toe up and then we're coming back up. So make it nice and dynamic. Reach down, come back up, and you can do 5 of these on each leg, which is going to give you 10 in total. Next up, we are going for a good morning. So we want to kind of open out the chest a little bit as well. I'm going to use this pole as an example, but you can use hands on the wall. What you want to do is when you hinge your hips all the way back, you're bringing that chest down. So we're not just dumping into our core, we're not arching our back, we're keeping a nice flat back. Keep the core engaged. Reach all the way down, come back up, make it nice and dynamic. So if you're at the wall, your hands are going to be at the wall and you're just going to reach forward, come all the way back up. I'd have to move the light and all that sort of stuff, so it's just easier to do with a pole. Likewise, if you have a brush, if you're doing this in your kitchen, grab the brush and do it this way. I'm going to do 2 more because I've lost count. Just nice, big opens out the chest and then gets the length through that glutes and stretches the lower back a little bit as well. So once we have our good morning done, we are going to go for shoulder dislocates with our band. So we're thinking about keeping this chest nice and open when boobs grow, and then later stages when we're feeding, we get very closed in. So with your shoulder dislocates, you're just going to bring band out in front. You're going to roll all the way around and come back. So what we want to do, if you need to, you want to go wider with your hand. That's going to make it easier to come all the way around. So we're just looking at opening out that chest, getting that little bit of shoulder mobility in. What we don't want to see is as the band goes overhead, you open your rib angle. Think about keeping ribs stacked over hips. Exhale, hug the bump towards you. We're going to do 2 more of these. Feck it, we'll do 3 more because you can never do too much mobility. And 3. And back. Now, the last thing we're going to do is our squats with our band, and we're going to do ins and outs. We're going to start off with 5 of these squats. So we're just body weight squat, feet wider than hip width apart, turn the toes out if you need to. Make the room for bump to go down between the legs. You're coming all the way down, exhale, come back up. Inhale on the way down, exhale, come back up. If you were 3rd trimester, you might want to change your breathing. Think about inhaling at the top, exhale throughout that range of motion, so you're supporting core and pelvic floor. 4 and 5, and then we're going to come back down, bringing that knee all the way in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I did too many there. I might as well do 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we're just working on that internal, external rotation, warming up the glutes a little bit. During pregnancy, the glutes and the hamstrings need a lot more work. We are going to start off with a seated press. I'm going to use a chair for this. The reason we're starting off with a seated press is want to support the core and the pelvic floor a little bit more. We could start off with an overhead press, but we're not sure what shapes you're going to be in. If you can manage to keep ribs stacked over hips, it's really handy to do it while we're seated. So you are just going to start, don't sit back to the full back of the chair. You're going to start here. You're going to bring that those weights to shoulders. You're going to exhale, press all the way up, bring it back down. Think biceps by ears here. We're going for 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I've started far too heavy with these, and I'm definitely going to have to drop down the weights. So next up, we're going for a band pull apart. So we're all about the upper body. So nice and wide grip, shoulders, hands at shoulder height. Don't let the shoulders come up towards the ears. You want to think about pulling those shoulder blades back and down. Stretch the band so you're squeezing back here. That's where the movement's coming from. 2, 3, keep the ribs stacked over hips. 4, 5, I'm gonna make this a little bit tougher. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And again, because the back is going to need so much more strength to support growing boobs, we need to do fair amounts of work with those. I'm going to drop it down and do 1 dumbbell because I was very over optimistic with my 2. So I'm starting off, dumbbell is at my shoulders, press back down. So keeping that stacked position, exhale, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Handy little tip, if you're not sure if you're keeping your ribs stacked over hips, try and get side onto a mirror. So even if it's just a small mirror or you're only looking at a portion and you're matching up the seams of your t-shirt and your leggings, then you're going to know you are on the right track. So we're back to our band pull apart. We're going for 12 of these. We're going to go for 4 sets. So we're halfway through. 3, 4, 5. So squeeze. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep the arms straight. 11, 12. And back to our overhead press. If you need to, you can take lots of rest in between this, particularly if you're 1st trimester and you're just feeling exhausted. And likewise, if you're 3rd trimester and feeling exhausted, you can also just do 2 sets Just see how you feel. If you need any modifications, just drop me an email, chat to me in the Facebook group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And back to our band pull apart. So this is our third set. 1. I'm always working with the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, my arms are getting tired. 11 and 12. Whew. So it is tough because it is all upper body for the first 2 moves, but because we're going upper body push and then upper body pull, it shouldn't feel too manky because we're working 2 different muscle groups. So last set of our overhead press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're into our last round of our band pull aparts. So to make this easier, sorry, a little trick as well, is to do single sides. So that halves the pressure on or the resistance, but it's up to yourself depending on how you're feeling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Always get crunchy neck off of this. 10, 11, and 12. Definitely shouldn't have gone with the double band, and definitely shouldn't have gone with the 2 dumbbells, but sure, look, right. So we are moving on to our second set of exercises. I'm going to put back this chair. We are starting with reverse lunges. I'm going to give you 2 options here. One is body weight, one is weighted. For your body weight, you're just going to step back, come back up, step back, come back up. If you need to, get yourself beside couch, chair, chest of drawers, whatever it might be, so that you have a little bit of support if you need to, if balance is off. If you're feeling strong, you're going to go for weighted reverse lunges. We're going to keep them down here because it's easier to balance. You're just going to go for 6 on each side. So stepping back. 1, 2, 3. That's going to be 12 in total. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now, so 2 options, weighted or unweighted. Your next one is your reverse fly. So lots of upper body work with this one. I've gone for lighter dumbbells here. These are smaller muscles and you've already worked your back with the band pull apart. So like 2 kilos, 1 kilo is plenty for this. Hinge your hips all the way over. So we're still getting that sort of isometric hamstring low back strength. If you find that your low back is a little bit achy, particularly in the 3rd trimester, you can do these seated as well. So we're going for 12 of these. I like to think of this like a bird flapping. So you're going to go all the way up and back down. Keep the soft bend in the elbows. Just bring the backs of the wrists up to shoulder height. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Think about squeezing the shoulder blades back behind. 11. Last one. 12. Perfect. We're doing 3 sets of this, so we're back to our reverse lunge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And into our reverse flies. Hinge the hips over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Really starting to feel it in the back, which is good. We know band pull aparts are going to work a little bit higher. Reverse lunges, reverse flies are going to work a little bit lower. Back to our reverse lunges. Okay, stepping it back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keeping the ribs stacked over hips. 6, 7, 8. Exhale as we come up. 9, 10, 11, and 12. Last round of reverse flies. Keep it hinged over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So that is our 2 sets of strength exercises done. We are moving on to a 6-minute AMRAP. We're going to go for alternating snatches, RDLs, and a 30 seconds farmer's carry. So, and just, what was that? 4 minutes. Oh. So we are just, I'm going to time it on my watch for the farmer's carries. If you're following along, then you can follow my timings. For your alternating snatch, you want to go into a hip hinge. You're going to pull, flick into that overhead press. If you're new to the movement, you can do a push press instead. So you're just going to dip, press, come back down, dip, press, and come back down. Your alternating snatch, you're going to start from the ground. I'll do it to the front so you can see. Pull, flick, and into that overhead press. So you just want to think of it being nice and explosive. If you go light enough with these, you can just kind of flick it up and down. So don't worry about lifting super heavy. Your RDLs, we're hinging the hips all the way back, come back up. Your farmer's carry is going to be 2 weights and we're just going to, away from the body, and 30 seconds, we're just going to walk up and down. So we're starting off with our alternating snatch. Because the dumbbell is this way, I might as well start facing you. So we're going to start with 6 minutes. So 3, 2, 1, let's go. So up, back down, changing hands. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and again, exhale and supporting that core. 8. Now RDLs. So 2 dumbbells for this one. Think about sending those hips all the way back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Into our farmer's carry. So nice and wide, we're going to go for 30 seconds. So you're literally just walking up and down. This is great prep for car seats. Nice and slow and controlled. You want this to be heavy enough that it feels like work. 9 and 5, 14. Okay, so 30 seconds. 4 seconds to go. 2, 1. Back to our alternating snatch. So straight away back into it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Into our RDLs. 2 minutes gone. We'll definitely get 3 rounds done. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm hinging my hip all the way back, keeping my knee nice and straight. 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll show you how to do this with a band for the next round, in case you're finding that energy is just a little bit low and you want to do the movement without having tons of weight, because it does You need to keep your core engaged for those RDLs. 20 seconds gone, 10 seconds to go. Back into our alternating snatches. 2, 2, 2, 2. And I'm trying to make it nice and slow so I still end up at the mat. And back to our alternating snatches. 1, 2, 3. I'm starting to slow down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if you've got a band, you should have from the other exercises. Step onto the band, grab it low down, hinge all the way down, exhale, come back up. Remember, we don't need to be pushing our hips all the way forward. We just need to come back up into that stacked position, all the way back down. When we push our hips too far forward, I'm going to do 3 more. We push that intra-abdominal pressure out through our core and we put too much tension into our pelvic floor. So nice stack all the way back down into our farmer's carries. We have 3.5 minutes gone. Nice deep breaths. You're just going to keep going. Obviously, try and challenge yourself not to rest, but if you do feel like you need to take it easy, you need to take a break, you need to get a drink, you can by all means stop and take a breather. You can either pause the video or just let it keep going and then just catch up with the exercise whenever you get back in. Okay, 2 and 1. Back into our alternating snatch. 2 minutes left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Back to our RDLs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 30 seconds of our farmer's carry, and then we'll have 45 seconds left. We'll definitely get the snatches done, and then we will finish on 6 minutes. So nice and slow and controlled. Make sure those shoulders are back and down. Ribs are stacked over hips. Make the core work by just keeping those weights slightly away from the body and checking your watch if you need to, like myself. Okay, 2, 1, back into our snatches. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Oh, we still have 20 seconds left. I'm quicker than I think I am. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Solid work. 6 minutes of work. We're going to start low and build up. If you are in the 3rd trimester, you might be actually winding down. 6 minutes might be plenty for yourself. If you're in the 1st trimester, you're feeling a bit nauseous. 2nd trimester, you get loads of energy. That can become an 8-minute AMRAP, a 10-minute AMRAP, whatever you feel like. We are going to finish on a quick stretch. We are going to go for cat and cow. So we're just rolling that spine all the way up. Come all the way back down. Remember to let the belly hang out. Relax that tension. Inhale on the way down. Exhale as you come up. Inhale on the way down. Allow that belly to hang down. We are going to go for child's pose here. So keeping the knees wide so you can fit bump down. We're just going to walk the hands all the way out. Nice deep breath here. When you're ready, you're going to walk your hands all the way over to the right. Look out underneath the armpits. Deep breath in. Exhale, feel that stretch in the lats. By that I mean underneath your armpits is where you should be feeling the stretch. One more breath. Walk the hands all the way back. Left side, look under. Exhale. Really deep breath. Nice big inhale. And come back up. Any questions, comments, concerns? Drop into the Facebook group. Let me know. I will see you in the live class on Saturday mornings at 9 o'clock. Every second Saturday there will be a doula chat with Lisa, and check out the link for her live online pregnancy yoga.